Hey there, everyone. It is Daniel here, and I'm joined as always by John. And once again, we got Renzo in the house, fresh from his debut in the Microsoft showing that we did all those minutes ago.
Mm. We were so young.
We were. I've got quite the handsome beard right now that I didn't have back
Yeah.
then. But I digress, and I'm talking shit. Let's start. We're talking here today about EA and Ubisoft, or Ubisoft. How do you say that, Renzo?
Ubisoft.
No, I'm
Ubisoft
going
is
to
what I
say it
say.
my way.
Yeah, is it Ubisoft? I always say Ubisoft.
They're
Ubi.
French,
No,
so they say Ubi.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, un
Mm.
croissant.
Oh,
They,
croissant. Oui, oui, oui.
they keep
Oh.
saying Ubisoft.
Anyways, let's
Yes.
talk about some video games.
So they started off and they got people excited with Star Wars talk because everyone knows DICE is making Battlefront. But they kind of started off with showing like studio stuff and the background, the history of the series, and all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to see that shit. They briefly showed off, the like alpha footage, but barely. Like you were watching it off screen for most of the time. Um, you, you lads know more about not Dragon
Yeah.
Age, Star Wars than me, so maybe Renzo, I'll let you take it away. What were we shown? Did you see it,
Me?
Renzo? Yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm Renzo.
We basically just saw a guy on what's that thing called? Those
Speederbike, I think. I actually don't know the exact name of it.
yeah, I forgot the name too, but is he just running from lasers through the
Yeah.
woods?
Just
That
driving through the
sums up
woods.
Star Wars for me.
That's it, yeah. And the stormtroopers missing their shots, but people running away.
Yeah,
Um,
lasers.
Like always.
lasers. You know, I was kind of disappointed we didn't see anything today. I actually did think we'll get to see
Yeah,
something. Maybe,
unless something happens during the week now and they
yeah.
show off something.
Weren't they saying like spring 2015? Is that the word going around?
That's a long wait.
Yeah. Um, and I guarantee you it'll get pushed.
Well, that's
Because,
not. Is that the release date, or is that when we hear more information?
oh, that's so long either way. Actually, you know what? It's going to be more information because if it's pre-alpha, it's not going to be ready by spring
Right.
2015. Especially since it's probably a huge project they're doing, and like they probably want to make sure they don't fuck it up. Obviously. Um,
There has been a
so
lot of crappy Star Wars games lately, besides
yeah,
the Lego games.
it has. Yeah, it's not been good for Star Wars. Force Unleashed 1 was good. Force Unleashed 2 not so much. But anyways, we digress.
Indeed.
So there's really not much to say. It's out there still. It's still being worked on, and we just pretty much have to wait.
Yeah.
Um,
So the next thing then was Dragon Age Inquisition, and a bit of that was shown at Microsoft's, but not too much.
yeah,
This was kind of weird. It started off with like a woman coming on playing the violin on the stage, and then the trailer started. The things I've noticed down here, you see there's nice fire effects from the dragon that was flying right, shooting fire at people, and there's like a trailer that kind of explained who the characters were. I wasn't too interested in it, so I didn't pay too much heed to it. It was like a big guy, a lithe thief-like girl, all those kind of
yeah.
archetypes. They
Uh,
had them all.
Dwarf.
I'm not. Yeah, as just forgot to say, like I missed the AA conference. I was away, so I can't really chime in too much unless it's games I've already seen. So you're just going to have to tell me about them. So I'll
Mm.
be fairly quiet this session.
It's graphically impressive,
Mm.
but it seemed to be open. But I think the developers have said don't be expecting Skyrim levels of openness. So
I
there's probably
see.
gonna be like loading areas somewhere, maybe.
Yeah. Um,
What do you think of it, Renzo?
Uh, when they first showed it, it didn't look. I thought we were looking at something else because it didn't look like Dragon Age to me. It just looked like Dragon's Dogma or like a mix between Dark Souls. It just looked. It didn't look like Dragon Age to me.
In a good way or a bad
Until
way?
just because it looked a little more actiony than than you expected. But
Okay.
they did say they were going that direction.
also,
Until they were showing the actually HUD and they were saying that oh yeah, we're still gonna have the you can pause and strategize. So they're still gonna keep that.
Nice, cool. Um, Anything you want to add about that, Badger? Yeah, you
I
down because you did see it at the
I
Microsoft.
I did. It's not my cup of tea, you know. It seems like I'm saying that about a lot of games today, even though I was like, you know, it looked visually impressive. I don't see myself playing it though. Um,
Okay, fair enough.
that's pretty much it. It looks nice, you know. If you're into that game, it's probably, you know, really exciting and stuff. But you know, it's not for me. Um,
That's so next up then was Mass Effect. And this kind of got people excited, but they just showed like concept art and they had like the developers talking
oh,
about it. It was really nothing.
Yeah, we
but
just
you
saw
just
Just kind of saying, yeah, we're
Cody.
making.
that's kind of silly, and maybe should have just been like, look it, let's not show games, or let's not tell you about games that we only have pictures of. You
They
know?
kept doing that. That was the constant thing they kept doing.
Yeah, they could do that any time of the year and then that'd be okay, but not during E3. You
No,
want to
like
have the big stuff during E3.
yeah, at E3 you expect to be shown like the good shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's because they knew people wanted it and they were gonna like complain about it. So they were like, at least we have something to show.
that's true, I
that's true.
suppose.
Yeah, maybe just say, hey, look, we're doing this. You know, like, it's
Just
out
shut
there.
it up. But they could
We're
have done
working
that like
on
the
it.
week beforehand or the week
Yeah.
after. Didn't have to do it at E3.
Yeah, they could have shown like a lot of pre E3 stuff.
Yeah,
Fill up time, maybe.
probably. Didn't really have much else going on, as you'll soon see.
Yeah.
Uh, the Sims 4, and it was kind of hilarious. As soon as she announced The Sims, there was like this girl, I don't know if it was fake or not, but it was like a woman in the audience like frantically screaming.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
I wasn't sure it was pretty quarter either.
yeah,
Um,
it just
so
looked pretty. They went on for about Sims for fucking ages, far too long.
you know what? Like you've played one. Sims is actually a fun game, but you know what I mean. You've
You
played
play
one.
one, you play in the other. So.
That's exactly it. You've
Exactly.
played one. You've played them all.
And I didn't see
Just
anything that looked different compared to the other ones in this one, except you're able to laugh yourself to death.
Can you actually do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't say whoa, that's not impressive, you fuck.
Well, like you know, game of the year. I'm just saying, it's console seller. Get
no
it.
other game can do that.
If Nintendo gets that, I can pull the Wii U out of this rut it's in. Oh, what's up? Get on my level.
So do you want to add anything about the Sims, either of you?
No.
Do you want to take the next thing, so, or do you want me to keep going the way I'm going?
Remember how I said I didn't actually watch this because I didn't know?
Maybe you're like, oh hey, what about this thing? Why don't
Well,
you tell me about this?
next on this list here is UFC. I played the demo actually. It's out right now. I'm pretty sure it's on the PS4 as well. You know, it's good.
And this whole demo is focused on Bruce Lee.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they show him like, you know, did they show him in live action?
Yeah,
Rather
they showed
like
like an
actual
interview of
gameplay.
him when he was alive at first, and then they showed him like his in-game model and stuff. Like it looked graphically impressive.
I
But,
see.
nothing earth-shattering,
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a sports game. I'll probably get that UFC game, but you know, I'll wait a while till I get a good deal on it. Because after the demo, I was like, yeah, this isn't something I'd play a really long time, or want to spend €60 on, or actually
Yeah.
65 to €70, I think, right now for games.
You interested in that kind of stuff, Renzo? UFC?
Do I watch it? Not really. I have played the game. One of the. I think they had 2 games, right, of UFC.
3, that UFC Undisputed, like, you know, 1 to 3.
Oh, okay. I just played the first one.
Yeah, they
I
weren't
guess
that good.
yeah. No, not my type of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So after that, then they showed off some NHL hockey.
oh
I guess
yeah,
that's one for the Canadians.
fuck Halo.
We should have painted him.
Yeah. Well, he said he might join us for the Sony one.
Who said that?
Phantom.
I see.
Um, then you have Criterion, and this is actually a nice surprise.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, they showed off like some really, really early footage. Like it was like you could see like wireframe and shit like that. That kind of early I'm talking about. But it did look cool. It was like it wasn't just racing. Like, do you know how they're the lads behind Burnout?
Yes, great game.
Yeah, so they've kind of expanded it. So like there's helicopters and there's jet skis and there's
Oh.
parachuting and skydiving, all in the same race. Like so you could be like jump out of a helicopter, skydive, and then land into a motorbike or whatever and keep racing.
And then wrap that off somewhere and land into a car. I don't know.
Exactly.
That sounds actually really cool.
Just cause 3 over here.
Yeah, actually, just goes through. Yeah, that does sound pretty cool though. Some golf in there, you know. I see on the list PGA.
Yeah. Actually, golf is actually interesting because they took some levels from Battlefield 4. Do you know what the Paracel Storm I think it's called? With the
Parcel Storm
battleship,
here.
the battleship washes up on shore.
Yeah.
That actually happens during the course of the match.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Do you know
So you have to
actually,
golf around
uh, two-player golf games are fun.
that.
Have you ever
All
played
these
them?
sports games are fun to play, but not fun to watch.
That's true. But have you ever played like two-player? I played two-player Tiger Woods, and like it got intense. You know.
Play like the Wii golf sports.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a Wii for a time, or your sister did, whatever. But anyways, digressing once again. Uh,
What about Renzo over here? You got any opinions about these? Either Criterion or the golf game?
I'm just happy that it looks like they're working on Burnout, right? That's what it is.
No, it's like I think it's a new IP. They didn't give it a name.
Oh,
yeah,
but
you
weren't they
can't bully
crashing?
shit your way through this one, boy.
No,
I'm joking. Sorry for interrupting you.
weren't they crashing into things in the video?
Were they crashing into things?
Yeah,
My
so
my
that's what that
memory is
was.
not that good, and it's a good bit of live action stuff going on at the same time.
Hmm. Okay, I thought it was like a hint that it's that they're working on Burnout.
Maybe it is. Maybe I just thought it was a new IP because of
Maybe they
helicopters and
burn it,
stuff like that.
but they've just added more to it. So, oh
Yeah.
wow, Mirror's Edge 2 was shown. I see here.
Yep. I see you're skipping over Madden and Dawn Gate.
Yeah, I know we'll get to that. But hey, Renzo, do you watch American football?
No.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel, do you watch American football?
All the time. Go
Well, no.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Broncos all the way.
But yeah,
So was
it's improved defending. That's basically what Madden was about. Dawn Gate, I don't really understand MOBAs. You do, but it's just like a new MOBA.
it's
And
not gonna be
then
able to fuck with Dota or League of Legends, I don't think. But anyways,
well, if you say so, I don't care. Then there
yeah,
was Mirror's Edge 2, and I thought it was pretty shit.
yeah,
I don't think they showed any gameplay of. Like
I
they
gotta
showed
watch it.
more of this alpha shit. Like
Yeah. Just hey, we're working on it.
Yeah, it's nearly
This is
kind of maybe there.
like we're
So
working on it.
it was
Don't
very
ask for it.
basic. Like it's like what have they been doing this whole year? That kind of a way. You think you'd have something decent to show off,
um,
but they didn't.
They were just saying,
yeah,
hey, look, when you punch someone, you hear it and you feel it. Like that. That was it.
Yeah, he was talking about the sounds of punches, and I was like, no. When you're
they were
focusing on
grasping.
this kind of shit, then I'm kind of
Yeah.
worried about the rest of it.
Listen, when you walk, it sounds like you're walking. Whoa, immersive.
You look
Uh,
down at your feet and wonder if that's really you walking.
So, FIFA 15, I see. Does it
Yeah.
look like? Did
Uh,
it look like how you thought?
no, it looks pretty much the same. I think there's some small improvements in the graphics. The main thing that they're kind of pushing is this emotion shit. So like if you tackle someone or something like that, you piss him off, he's going to remember and he might like start a fight with you. Like he'll be aggressive towards
Stupid.
a certain player, or some shit like
FIFA
that.
15 hooligans.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Then we got to the highlights of the entire conference, and at that stage it wouldn't have taken much. But Battlefield Hardline. So,
Right.
Yeah,
Renzo,
that looks awesome.
you've watched the video for it, have you, John?
I seen like leaked footage, I think, but he was playing on his own. I actually haven't watched the. As I said, I didn't get to see the A thing, and when I came home, we were pretty much after the Ubisoft thing. We were right into podcasts, so I haven't actually had time to
You should
catch
watch
up.
it when you get a chance. It's a
I
good
will,
trailer.
for sure, yeah.
Or
Um,
gameplay, actually.
Actually, I could play it because Johnny's
Later.
got the.
Exactly. Well, that's a part of the announcements. At the end of it, they said surprised us with a beta for PC and PS4. So I just got in. There's only like 10% of codes left by the time I got in, so I was lucky.
Oh
And
wow!
it comes across like very Payday-ish, except it looks a lot more interesting to me.
Probably
Like,
more
so-
solid shooting as well.
so it's definitely a step away from Battlefield. Like in Battlefield, you got one or two objectives, but this you feel like you're actually progressing through a level. Like you have to open up the van, steal whatever loses inside, then get it to some place, and the cops are coming after you. And if you're a cop, like I was switching through the perspectives of cops and robbers throughout the whole thing. It's like the cop had to shoot out the helicopter's pilots and all this kind of thing. It was like cool. Renzo,
I'll have
you
to,
got anything to add on that?
I thought it was funny. One of the parts in the video that they showed, the guy was playing as a robber, and he kept missing, and I just thought like, he really had bad aiming. But you can see that they're just stepping at the destruction because he was actually shooting at the road at bottom, and it just fell on top of the police cars. That was awesome.
It was cool. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's like lots of zip lines and stuff, so like you're able to get around
Yeah.
pretty quick. And even if you're on the ground, you can shoot up like a rappel rope and climb up, or maybe a rappel rope's not just a climbing rope, and you can just climb up a bridge or whatever. And that was pretty much E3's
Yeah.
or EA or EA's E3 wrapped up.
It didn't seem that special.
No, it's easily the worst of the day so far.
Wow. I was kind of expecting more. Look, like I came home and I just heard like it wasn't that good, so I didn't really try to catch up on that news right away. But I will watch that Hardline video, and I'll actually be able to chime in maybe a bit more in the next podcast that we do, because hopefully we've got to play the debate as well, and you will too, so we can share our thoughts, and Rossi Renzo as well. So
So now we got Ubisoft.
yeah, do you got a list of? I've been looking, but for the life of me, cannot fucking find it.
Yeah, I just pasted in the group chat
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This will just take a second. And you can look at this too, Renzo, if you need it.
Okay.
You just have to open up your group chat thing there on the left.
Yeah. Top left.
Top left, yeah.
It's like,
So can you see that there, Badger?
Yeah, I see it.
yeah, I can see it. Okay.
Okay.
I actually watched this, so it's just to help me remember.
Okay, so I'll
Okay.
let you do most of the talking, you two, seeing as I was kind of all over that EA shit.
You ran that
I
shit.
was a fly on shit, so I was, because it was literally shit.
So, what happened was I came home and the Far Cry 4 video was like he just started stabbing that guy. Obviously, we've got a new nut job as the main bad guy. I think there's I just seen posted on Speak Out, not on Speak Out, but on the E3 article. So a user has posted some leaked gameplay. I haven't got to watch it yet, but you can navigate to takuchat.com and go to the E3 schedule and where to watch the press conferences and plus community chat. That's the name of the article there, and it's in there. So I think after Far Cry 3, I'm very excited for Far Cry 4. I'm very much going to be looking into this game, and I hope it's just more of kind of like Far Cry 3, but some extra stuff. I don't know.
Did you have like a good quality stream when you were watching this? Because mine was
No,
fairly blurry.
no.
I couldn't really tell how graphically improved it was over 3.
I was on Twitch, and whenever I switched to
Yeah.
high quality, I lagged a lot, so I had to go medium, and it was really frustrating because like I'm gonna have to watch like The Division. I was like, when they were showing it, I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch this in HD later. Like every game, like let's see, Rainbow Six, we'll get to that, and I was like, I have to watch this in HD later, stuff like that. So, yeah. So Far Cry 4 was the first thing, and then they showed Just Dance, and to be honest, I got up and made a cup of tea.
That was awful. That went
Yeah.
on for too long as well.
Did it? Yeah, yeah, actually, because I had time to make a cup of tea and a sandwich, and by the time I came back into the room, it had just finished, and I was like, wow, I dodged a bullet. I just hate dancing games at E3. They have no place.
Hey, but you can use your mobile phone to dance at any
Oh,
place.
wow, totally awesome. Renzo, are you a dancer?
No.
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 You're not a man of passion then, Renzo.
Not a man of passion. Oh my god. So after Just Dance, after I sat back down, The Division, it was just about the story.
I
And
thought it was a well-made trailer.
it was a well-made trailer. I'm going to watch it again and try to take in more details, but it seems like there's some other well-equipped. You see at the end, other well-equipped enemies in the city. Maybe there were other players.
They could be the ones who started like the virus. I don't
Yeah,
think they
actually-
were the players then, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? But like, it just shows, the city just falling into chaos. In a time lapse kind of thing. Some family kind of going through some shit, as it were. It looked good. That's all you could say. It looked interesting. It was good to kind of see that side of it, learning a bit more about that, and maybe we'll get to see some gameplay footage this week as well.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
What do you think of it, Renzo? What do you think of the Division overall?
The trailer looked good. It's just that I thought that when it was shown in the Microsoft conference, it just let me want in more. Like I thought it was too short
It was
for
way
me.
too short. I was
Yeah.
like, I kind of just felt like you can't show us. Excuse me. You can't show us like a load of gameplay from last year and then show us maybe like 5 minutes or so. You know what I mean? This year, I mean, they can do what they want, obviously, but I was just really annoyed because I was like, give me more, please.
I think everyone was expecting to see
That's it.
more gameplay.
You know, um,
Well, hopefully during the week we'll get something.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah. We just gotta wait maybe during the week and see what happens. You know, the E3's just began. So after the division, the crew came out, and I actually, for the first time, got fairly interested in the crew.
I thought it was a poor trailer.
Did you? I thought it looked kind of cool. You know, like they showed a lot of, a lot of driving, a lot of traveling around the place. Uh, it could be quite an interesting game.
You went to the crew, Renzo?
Yeah. After seeing Forza Horizon, I wanted to see the crew because it looks like they're both doing the same thing, the open world racing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's for
There,
sure.
there'll be
But
comparisons.
the crew is just making it bigger.
That's
Uh,
true. Yeah, that's for sure.
It's like 90 minutes to go from end to end
yeah,
of the map or something.
Wow. So it's not really the whole United States. It's like
No, that'd be
we've got,
insane.
yeah,
no,
we've got aspects of
we're, we're not there
each
yet.
state. Yeah. One day that will happen.
One day they'll just scan Google Earth and turn us into a game.
Yeah, and
You
then they'll
can
just be like,
fucking roam around them.
we've just got this huge team that's like adding in assets and touching things up and stuff like that. Um,
Like
so
an
Copyright gap.
expansion packs.
copyright gap, yeah, you heard it here first. Um,
Maybe just keep releasing cities as DLC, make the
Yeah,
world bigger.
like Grand Theft Auto Online was supposed to do, but that's gone very quiet. Maybe we'll see something about that in Sony, but that's not for here and now. Shall we move on to Assassin's Creed Unity?
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah, we can kind of go a little
Again.
bit more into it now. But like
Yeah.
it showed more, there was what I wanted to talk about in the Microsoft one was at one stage in this demo that he walks past a mission and it said like join mission and it had like two outlines of players you could say. So
Yeah,
maybe there was like two players playing that mission and he could have just joined in on the fly,
that'd
and
be
like,
cool.
that would be really cool. But anyways, the world itself. What did you guys think when you were watching that whole thing? What were your guys' thoughts overall? We'll just kind of like summarize it and then we'll maybe nitpick a little bit then. So let's jump on Renzo first.
After seeing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I think this is the first actual next gen Assassin's Creed game that we're gonna get. Just because the crowd, the environments, everything just looks awesome. Like it's not last gen's not holding it back basically. We're seeing that big step that we wanted to see out of
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed game.
it's good to see a true next gen game. Like they're just doing it for next gen, so it's not got that some kind of things holding them back. What do you think, Daniel?
I think it seems like it's a breath of fresh air for the series.
Yeah.
I think the co-op could really do wonders for like.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what's the story gonna be like because it's not a numbered entry. How are they gonna do like the real world stuff, or will there even be a real world part? Probably will. There always is, but
Yeah.
will it continue on from 4, or will it be its own thing?
Hmm.
Did you notice at the start of the demo when he was up super high? Like it was super high. You could like get more of a sense of a scale of the world. You
I
know
loved
what I
when he
mean?
kind of ran down the building really quick.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's
It's
just
it's,
gonna
it's
jump
so
into the.
smooth.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. And
Fluid
it
as
was
fuck.
exactly. It was more about getting around instead of being realistic, which I like. Um. But I thought when I seen it, I was like, he's just gonna jump from the building into a bale of hay, and we've seen it before. But he didn't. He just, as you said, he ran down the building really smoothly. It looked really good.
There's actually 0 bills ahead to be seen, I thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that if they kind of moved away from that a bit. Because like I also just like just think that you'd still die. you
was-
know.
It was cool in Assassin's Creed 1, but it's been
Yeah.
done. But it's
Oh
still kind of
hey,
like a staple.
just a quick go back to the Division earlier. That door being closed once again. Did you see it?
No, I must have missed that.
I was looking at it. Anyways, back to Assassin's Creed.
No,
So
no, we need an in-depth analysis on this door closing.
yeah, I'll have a commentary on it, exclusive later on.
Just by yourself.
Yeah, just by myself. I'll put it on private too. No one can ever see it. So, oh my god, I'm just trying to think. There was like a murder mystery looking thing going on. Like someone just got absolutely ganked in the streets. I like that the streets were really packed as well. Did you guys like see the puddles in the ground and stuff? Like it looked really good.
Yeah. Even with my shitty connection, I could still see like there's some good detail
Yeah,
in the
same.
puddles.
Yeah, I was definitely not getting the full experience. I'm gonna go back and watch that in HD again when I get a chance. Um,
I like that it looks like things are constantly happening, like it's a believable world, you know?
yeah, people are doing
Yeah.
their own thing. Like when he just walked into a building and someone's there. Obviously, that's a mission. I'm sure it should be there for a very long time, but uh, there's just somebody sprawled out on the ground, like injured and stuff. Sorry, I just hit my mic there. Um, what else was there? People like shouting at guards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the crowds were a really big highlight. Like this is
Yeah.
the kind of stuff I expected last gen, and it's kind of finally coming through
Yeah,
this gen.
that's it exactly. And like now that you know more about last gen, you realize like the consoles would have melted if they were trying to do that.
Hmm
Um, obviously with how pretty the game looked too. The interiors, like I like that there's a lot of interiors, and like he sneaks through, goes upstairs, and like goes to that guy, gets some information or whatever. That's just really I like that. Like it's seamless. Like inside is just inside. It's not a whole new part of the game.
Yeah, it's cool.
There's no loading screen pretty much for going into buildings, and
That's the future.
the lighting
What,
of the game was
when
amazing.
when they were showing the interiors, it reminded me of the first one of the gameplay trailers that it had for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Did you guys see that?
I
You guys
didn't.
remember seeing
Don't
that?
think so. I'm aware
Oh,
of the series. I might have seen it, but I've forgotten about it.
yeah, one of the first trailers for Beyond Good and Evil 2, they had the girl Jade just walk into interiors, and people made like a big deal about it just because it was impressive, and it looks like they took that and they added to Assassin's Creed.
Hmm.
Huh. So
I'll
you
have to
think
take
this
your
is
word
kind of
for
like
it.
a hint of what Beyond Good and Evil 2 will look like? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have to answer whatever. It's totally
Oh, I'm
cool.
sorry. No, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
I just said you think that like the assets or like the mechanics of Assassin's Creed Unity, you're expecting to see them in Beyond Good and
Yeah,
Evil?
I think they're both helping each other out. I think we're gonna see like the type of the movement that we're seeing now in the Assassin's Creed. I think we're gonna see it in Beyond Good and Evil too.
That kind of feeds into the conspiracy theory that
Oh, that they're
Ubisoft
all
only
connected.
made one game. They're all the same game.
Well, Watch Dogs seems like it was like part of the. I haven't played it yet, but when they're showing the trailers, it looked like it was part of Abstergo. They were fighting. Yeah.
It could pass as a modern day Assassin's Creed, except not as violent. I think is John still there? He seems to be very
Yeah,
quiet.
so I just start daydreaming something fierce.
Fantastic.
Uh,
While you're doing that, we'll move on to Shape Up, which is an Xbox One exclusive. It uses the Kinect. Um, but not really much to say about this except for it's one of those fitness games.
DDR, Connect DDR.
Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution is kind of like there's like a mini game that was like that, and then there's another one where there's competition doing push-ups, which actually kind of
yeah.
looked kind of fun.
Do you know, it did actually look kind of cool, didn't it? It looked like,
Yeah,
you might actually exercise it if you're
yeah.
bothered, They had some mandatory people, like, competing against each other. And then, not much to say. It looks like a smart idea to get people exercising, though. And it was more of Aisha Taylor making people look like dwarfs when they stood next to her.
Why does she wear high heels?
I don't know. It's not fair on everybody else.
No, no, it's not.
At least, though, you know what? The comedy was a little bit better on her end. She,
I
last year
thought so too. Yeah.
I was like, I actually thought fair play to her last year because like she was bombing on stage, but she kept going.
She took a lot of shit.
Yeah, I actually thought like at first I was like kind of ragging on her a bit too, and I was like, holy shit, that takes some balls just to keep going, you know. So like fair play to her. Did a great job this year. I was glad to see her back. Um,
What's
No
your
girl would.
No girl would no, not this time. She's matured.
yeah.
Our little
Yeah,
flower is blossoming, Renzo.
yeah, he's got that girl under control. Um, so after Shape Up, we had Valiant Hearts, which gave us all a little bit of feels. I think we could all
Yeah.
say.
It's
I
pretty
Um,
thought it was
depressing.
hilarious.
It's that trailer.
it was sad. I thought, yeah, I was like,
It was
Yeah,
good,
what's
like.
wrong with you? What's wrong
yeah,
with you, Dan?
you
It was
have no
good.
soul.
It was funny because they were dead.
It was funny because they're dead. I revel in their slaughter. That's when we all got very
Isn't
concerned.
that why we talk about Call of Duty? Don't we love death?
I love games, bro. So, not really much else to say about Valiant Hearts. Sad trailer. It looked pretty cool. So I want to get onto this. As always, Ubisoft do kind of blow it out of the water with one last reveal before they wrap it up, and it's Rainbow Six Siege, isn't it? Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, right?
Were you about
Burp
to say
again.
Seiki?
Yeah,
No, I'm kind of like resisting a burp.
Okay.
Rainbow Six is back.
I was like, um, it looks really fun. I
How
love
about
the.
you? Do you want us to go back to your conversation there with Professor Bananas? I'll wait, John. We'll all wait while
Uh,
you just have your conversation. I'll speak up.
I was just asking.
Oh, I was
Anyways,
daydreaming. Oh, I was
well,
daydreaming from
actually,
the
at
theater.
that time, I was just staring at my computer screen.
Hey,
Just,
can we get back to Rainbow Six, please? Stop taking
hey,
this off track.
says you fucking cunt. So, I was kind of wondering at first. I was like, "What is this?" And then I was like, "Probably Rainbow Six." And yeah, like it was. But it's like so pretty much. I'm sure you've seen it if you're watching this. But they go in, they're trying to rescue a hostage, and it seems like if you die, you're dead for good. And you got to be really tactical. The guy who was controlling obviously had the worst shooting ever, but they had to make it look dramatic. And they did it in that way that Ubisoft have been doing it, where they kind of like people have like act out scenes as if they were the gamers and they're taking it serious and stuff like that. Um,
The destruction was class.
yeah, I was just gonna say a lot of destructible environments. It looked really cool. Um, oh man, just I'm trying to think. A lot happened, and I was kind of like, "Am I interested in this game?" And the more the demo went on, I was like, "Yeah, I am." You
I was
know.
wondering to myself, am I supposed to know who this Havoc guy is? Is he like a character? And then I realized, it's just a player name.
Yeah, Havoc. Cunt.
It's like they kind of met this mini story where he's like this guy's nemesis. He's like, oh god, it's Havoc.
Yeah, it's Havoc. Yeah, I was like, it was kind of like a cheesy name to give it, but the whole thing was kind of cheesy, but it was good.
It was fun, yeah.
It was fun. It was exciting enough. And he's like, I'm just gonna make a door here, and like he blows his door open, and then he blows another hole then, and
Steal
shoots
him
down.
to get to the basement or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that was just a wow moment, pretty much.
It was cool.
Um,
I wonder though, like when they make it, like those demos and videos, like they have all these, they know exactly what they're doing to make it look class. When we were
Yeah,
playing,
well,
it's just gonna be a bunch of dickheads running around shooting things.
it,
That's what
it,
I'm
it's,
worried
it's
about.
it's not gonna look that good when you
yeah,
start playing
that's
with
what I
them.
was thinking. I was like, you're probably gonna get some guy who's like team killing or
Like, they're so well coordinated. Like they're not gonna be able to. You tell a guy, okay, I want you to do this. Say, screw you, I'm not gonna do it. I want to do my own thing.
Like you could have the same fears about the division, but the division has all these other things backing it up. Whereas like this demo that we saw, teamwork was like the central thing to us.
Yeah, I kind of like the part when the guy was behind the shield and they couldn't get through, and there was a sniper across the map, and she couldn't see inside, so he blew a little hole so she can see through it and just shut him
oh,
dead.
cool.
It's
I'm
cool, yeah.
Yeah, a lot was happening in that video, so another thing I'll have to watch again and retake it all in. Um, oh
Did that
god,
have a release date, by the way? I can't remember if it did.
no, I don't think it does. It's pre-alpha
So,
as well, I think. But what you were saying about like it won't be that coordinated, but it does seem like one of them games that you really only want to play with your friends. You know,
right. If
I
you
mean,
play with your friends, it'll go good, but if you play with randoms, it's not gonna go that well.
yeah, unless you get them like cool randoms that you would eventually become friends with anyway because they were playing the game properly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like yeah, so.
But then you could be with your friends and then you're playing against a bunch of randoms and they might be just like completely uncoordinated
Well,
and
that's
make
fine.
it way
That
too easy for you.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
yeah, that's fine. As long as this guy's on, like, that's out of your control. But if there's guys on your team, like, purposely fucking it for you,
Yeah.
that's a bit of a problem, I think. But I don't expect that to be an issue, because I just try to, like, build a good team who I try to play with a lot. Expansions, that seems like a game it seems like it'd be a lot more fun on console, and I don't know why. I just get that feeling sometimes. But anyways,
Strange thing to say about a first-person shooter.
yeah, it is, because I'll probably get it on PC. But anyway, it for pre-alpha it looked really nice, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
It sure did.
I wasn't even aware that was pre-alpha. I'm
Did
impressed.
you see? Sorry, but I just remembered. You know when he had the pistol, he had the hostage, and he just does the worst ever shooting. Like shoots the wall 50 yards to the right of where the guy actually is, just to give him time to run away.
Yeah.
And,
Show off some destruction when he's at it.
yeah, but it was really cool though. I really liked that destruction. Like they were just fucking that ass up.
It's fucking in bit. It was like cheddar cheese when they were going through.
Cheddar cheese, it was. Yeah, that was cool though.
I felt bad for her though.
Huh?
I felt bad for her just because she kept being thrown around.
Yeah.
Even the heroes.
like the way they grabbed her, I was like, holy crap! It's a hostage.
People firing guns next to her ear, like she's not going to be hearing for a long time.
Manhandling simulator.
Domestic violence simulator. Anything else you want to say about Rainbow Six?
Just that I'm looking forward to it.
What's your overall thoughts on? Sorry, Renzo. Actually, what do you want to say? Any wrap up thoughts on Rainbow Six?
I think that and Evolve will be the best co-op games we're gonna get.
Yeah,
next year.
Evolve looks good too.
Yeah, that is cool.
So we did this with the.
Yeah, I think you're about to do what I think.
Yeah, we did this with the Microsoft one rather. What was your overall score? Maybe some closing comments on EA's first. We'll give it a score. Not that it matters, arbitrary number, and our closing thoughts on EA's, and the same with Ubisoft. And we'll go for Renzo for EA first. What's your thoughts on EA's overall, and what score would you give it for E3 this year?
I'd say 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, just because the only thing that impressed me was Battlefield and Dragon Age. That was about it.
I guess I can't really comment because I haven't watched it yet, but from what I hear and see, I'm going to go with a 5 as well. Battlefield Hardline probably saving the day because I've been hearing good things about it. Daniel?
Hold on to the side of the boat, lads, because I'm coming in here with the 3 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it was just Battlefield that saved that. And it deserved 3 points, but nothing else did.
Maybe.
Okay, Dragon Age kind of looked pretty, but I'm not really into Dragon Age, so you know.
Yeah. But that probably might bump it up to a 5 maybe for other people. Anyways, a little bit better than EA's was Ubisoft's. So we'll go with Daniel to start us off with the arbitrary scoring system that we have in effect. So Daniel, your closing thoughts and your closing score for Ubisoft EA 2014.
Much better than EA. They had Far Cry, they had Division, they had The Crew, they had Assassin's
Just
Creed.
Dance.
Shut up. And Rainbow Six. That right
Yeah.
there. Compared to just Battlefield, I give them 6.
Yeah,
6 out of 10.
So Renzo?
I would say 7. If they didn't have all that nonsense, then I would give it a 9. But yeah, they shouldn't have just wasted time with Just Dance and that Kidnap game. So 7.
So I'm going to go with pretty much similar to Renzo in the sense that they wasted a lot of time with Just Dance.
You're copying me.
Yeah, well, I'm actually about to throw out a different score to you.
Okay. My bad.
So, a lot of fucking around. Assassin's Creed Unity was good. I like the Division story trailer. Far Cry 4, there wasn't enough gameplay though, except for Rainbow Six. But I'm going to give the actual thing a 6, I'd say, for our random scoring system.
So he copied me in the end.
Fair.
Yeah, so
I
rocked the boat. That's what I did. That's what I do. Okay, I rock boats.
Tip the boat over. All right.
Call me the captain, sea captain.
Holy shit! The Sony thing is starting in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Time for Sony. Sony's conference, and
we'll be back after Sony.
Predictions or?
Yeah, we might have some more guests on predictions. Uncharted. That I don't know. I'm actually completely lost.
We did like an episode of predictions yesterday, so you go watch that Jack Axer for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
you can watch it. You can like it. You can share it. You can tell everyone you know about how great this is. And okay, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope it was good, even though we have no videos. But one day we'll have video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, share it, and we'll see you after the Sony conference. We're going to talk about that, and then that'll be us for the day. All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.